So doing to this movie give us the worst scene in the entire movie, which then Bill Weddle was become a villain for no stupid reason at all. That is why people think that Scene movie is a much better animal movie of 2016 than Zootopia. I'm gonna say this, I totally disagreed. I only know people have different opinion on which item or which movie or TV show they think is better. But saying that Scene movie is better than Zootopia all because they have Bellwether as a twist villain, hey, just because Bellwether was a twist villain doesn't mean that the fact that some people prefer a elimination animal of singing some cringy song than a animal movie about politics and about how the society is, because this film is the most important movie of 2016. That's all I have to say, and let's get to the Disney intro. Listen carefully. Before 2020, 2016 was the worst years we have ever been in our life. It's not because we got a bunch of bad movies like Suicide Squad 2016, BVS. Yeah, I now hate BVS, all because of you know what. And of course, The God of Egypt, The Darkness, and last not least, Poet Crap, because that film is a piece of crap. But on top of that, you got some celebrity who sadly passed away too soon and sadly passed away in their older age, like Carrie Fisher, example. And of course, you got a bunch of TV shows that got canceled after a few seasons, like Gravity Fall and Wonder on the Other, which Wonder Over Under was the one show it did not deserve to get canceled. That was a very underrated show. I don't understand why Disney XD think that show is not a good idea. Like, it shows that Disney XD is just lost some crap and lost the magic from Disney, for God's sakes. But top of that, 2016 is not all bad in my opinion, but overall I'm not to defend 2016 as the better year since since 2015 actually. Well, even I think 2016 is kind of like an insult way to start after 2015. Sorry about the stuttering. But do you know what Andre said? Not every year had to be perfect, because just don't sit there and think about that 2026 is it's going to be a way better year. Like, a lot of people do some drama and that's all life. Anyway, enough further ado, let's get started. Hello everybody, and who is a huge fan of Disney? I am. My name is NH Studio Loungeo, and welcome to the magical world of Disney, along with Walt Disney Animation Studio itself, Pixar Animation Studio, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and don't you worry, Starboy, the new The Avengers review will definitely be coming out tomorrow. I hope so. I hope it will be coming out in the afternoon. Can't do it at nighttime because I'll be watching the new Predators, Killing Some Killing, which is the new animated film that came out on Hulu in a couple months ago. I don't know. Anyway, and last not least, 20th Century Studio in Disney Channel, in Disney Theme Park, and last not least, Disney Cruise Line, baby. Anyway, enough further ado, let's get to the magical world of Disney and into of Zootopia and all about politics. So doing to the Zootopia 2 is coming out on November 26th, which is might come out before or after Wicked for Good, but let me know in the comment which movie is coming out before Wicked for Good. I'm literally thinking this film might come out after or before Wicked for Good, because I'm really hoping that Zootopia 2 and Wicked for Good will be both a box office success. But if this movie fail, it'll be the end of Disney, and yeah, and I'll be feel bad for it. And don't worry, I'm not becoming the next Dinner Dimension. Don't worry, guys. Anyway, enough further ado, let's get to the magical world of Disney, and let's talk about Zootopia. And Bill Weddle, I'll get to you in a minute. Anyway, so when this movie came out on, let me see what day this movie came out. On March 4th, actually. So when this movie came out on the spring season, which is none other than March 4th, this film was a golden phenomenon. Like every Disney film had to be a golden phenomenon. Well, not for Disney Wish, because that film was not a golden phenomenon. That film was a box office flop, and that film just lost a ton of money, and that film was a very rotten rating, which seriously, that is really a disrespectful way to celebrate the Disney 100 years. This is not the director's fault. This is not easily Disney's fault. I have to blame on to the audience because you really want Disney to make an original movie like Zootopia, correct? So why on earth that you did not show up for Disney Wish? Yeah, that's what I thought. So nope, it's not Disney's fault. It's not the woke mob's fault. It is really you guys' fault that you decided not to watch that movie all because of freaking Strange World. I wish Strange World don't exist. Anyway, so I'm just going to get back to this movie before I get cringe over that one scene from Strange World. Ugh. Anyway, so Zootopia came out on March 4th, and this film was a golden phenomenon. But 2016 is the only year they released some two Disney films, like Zootopia and Moana. But prove me all wrong. But let me know in the comment what other year they released two Disney animated film by the same studio who made Zootopia and Moana. Just let me know in the comment. But in my taste, I think 2016 is the only year. It's the only year they released some Disney animated film back to back. Like on the spring season, you got Zootopia. And after that, you got Moana, actually. Well, originally I was saying Moana is better than Zootopia. But when I watched this movie a couple days ago, I'll get to my opinion in a minute. So this film got a 98% Rotten Tomato for the critic. And this film got a 92% for the audience. Which I totally agreed. And I totally approve this rating. I wish it's higher, but hey, it's Rotten Tomatoes. So you can trust them. Yeah, I'm talking to you. And of course, this movie got a 8.0 out of 10 in IMDb. So this film got a 8 out of 10, which how on earth this film got an 8 out of 10? Like, I'm probably this film might be on my list on the movie, which I totally disagree because this film deserves like a 10 out of 10 or even better, like a super 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 example. But 8 out of 10? Okay. What's some issue that you have for this movie? I swear to God right now, if I hear some IMDb think that Norman North is a much better animal movie than Zootopia, it can show that IMDb had no brains there at all, and it can show that they are defending a bad movie and hating on a good movie. Who you think you are, Alex? Oh, wait a second, Alex liked this movie. Well, I wonder why he liked that movie. It's because he liked to do something to Judy Hop. I'll get to that in a minute. And of course, this film... Oh, wait. I forgot to talk about the mega score. Yeah, honestly, not just this film got an 8... Sorry. So not just that the fact that this film got 8.0 out of 10 on IMDb, but this film got a 78 on Megascore. Which, once again, IMDb, just fix your freaking rating. And this is why I don't like IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. Never liked them to begin with, and never grown up for them. So, IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes... Oh my God, just fix your system, man. Come on, man. You're not the character for regular show, or else I'm gonna be like Benson said. Do your job, or else you're fired. So Zootopia was a massive box office hit. So let me read it before I stutter. Zootopia was a massive box office hit. It was gross... Sorry again, let me try again. Well, even this review is gonna be 20 minutes, which I don't give a sitch. So... Zootopia was a massive box office hit. It was grossing over $1 billion worldwide and winning an Oscar for Best Animated Feature. I'll get to that in a minute. And this success by earning a $341.3 million domestically and a $684.3 million internationally, and it was a major commercial success. They was both blah 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 and worldwide success that the film earned over $1 billion at the global box office, making it making it the first original animated film from Disney, Massive Stone, since the release of Frozen. I'm probably thinking about Frozen 1, actually. So, you guys, I'm part of this film is doing a lot better just like in 2013 when I talk about Frozen. And don't worry, I'll do a review on Frozen for Frozen Moms. So, yeah. Which movie won at the box office? Zootopia or Moana? So I wish Moana win, actually. Well, thankfully the sequel made more money than the first one. I was just saying. So Zootopia won at the box office battle. Awesome. Same with Wreck-It Ralph won over Rise of a Guardian. That's such embarrassment. Grossing a worldwide total of $1.025 billion. Into the original Moana, this film made $687.2 million, which that's great. But however, the sequel Moana 2, which is the underrated gem, and I'm not going to even apologize for saying that, has since surpassed both, earning over $1.025 billion worldwide. So it can shows that a lot of people went to saw Moana 2 instead of the Mufasa Lion King. I am so glad that you guys prefer Moana 2 over Mufasa Lion King, because when I watch Mufasa Lion King, I will not enjoy it. In my opinion, it's going to be exactly the same, just as much as Starboy, and even better, Harry Thomas Picture. I'm not saying Harry Thomas better than Starboy, but Starboy is 100 times better than Harry Thomas Picture. And yeah, sure, Harry Thomas Picture opinion can be biased, but as long as not as biased as much as Alex. Anyway, so this film got a reward. So this film won 49 reward. And this film got a nomination for 75 nomination. So I ain't gonna look all that because else this video will be like a 1 hour video. So next. So you guys, so which movie won over Moana or Kubo and the Two Strings? I don't care less about the red turtles and even the life of the Karchachi, because I have never seen that movie and never cares to, because I would just focus on some mainstream and some independent movie from studio like Disney, Paramount, and etc. too. But some studio who made the Red Turtles and the Life of Corcini, yeah, I haven't seen it actually. The only film I've seen this nomination was Kubo and the Two Strings, Moana, and Zootopia. So I wish Moana win actually, because a lot of people was singing a Moana song. But the one movie that won over Moana and Kubo, you know what that movie is? No, people, it's not Brave. Guys, we are not doing that situation for Brave won over Wreck-It Ralph. We ain't doing that again. So the Academy kind of listened to what people said about the complaint about the fact that Disney Princess won over a original Disney film called Wreck-It Ralph actually, and they got robbed. But thankfully, Zootopia won over Moana. And I gotta say, I am so glad that Zootopia won this Oscars, because Zootopia is the most important Disney film of 2016. And this is even better than Finding Dory. Guys, I enjoy Finding Dory, but there's some flaws about it, and I might give that movie an 8 out of 10. So, on November 26th, I hope I'm not wrong. So, November 26th, 2025, in the United States, Zootopia is coming back in the theaters, but this time they are doing a sequel. Yup, just like the Muppet Most Wanted sequel song. We gotta do a sequel. We gotta have Tom Hanks make Toy Story 4. Oh my god, Gonzo. Dude, I will be talking about Toy Story 4 later on my Disney month. I will be doing that redo video called Why I Think Toy Story 4 is painfully average, is the most overrated Disney film I ever seen. But let's get back to Zootopia. Anyway, so Zootopia is coming out in theaters on November 26th. So Disney, I'm asking you nicely, you better freaking not screw this movie up, because you absolutely screw up your opportunity that Disney Wish become the next Frozen 2, but it's not actually because that film was filling misery. That film got bad review by the critic, and just because the audience, me and Starboy, enjoy the movie, that doesn't mean that some people enjoy that movie, right? Look at Preston. He does not enjoy that movie, and he called King Malefico as forgettable Disney villain. Well, I'm not talking about Party Poet Preston. He's cool. No, I'm talking about my friend Preston, who's a huge fan of Disney, actually. Yeah, he didn't like Wish, actually. And of course, some people don't like Wish, and of course, you got some hater taking that film way to the extreme and calling it one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and yeah. You just screw up your opportunity to make that movie as unique and professional. Even I enjoy Disney Wish, but I didn't like the fact that Disney was kind of ruining actually. Like, it broke my heart actually. I was to celebrate the Disney 100 years, but at the same time, in this reality, you just screwed that movie up, and you better not screw this Zootopia 2 up. You better freaking not. If it is, I am hoping that Frozen 3 and 4, I'm really hoping Anna and Elsa will go to the Disney company and save this company, because this company keep on failing and failing and failing. First, it was Snow White. Second, it was Thunderbolt. I'm not gonna say Brave New World because that film kind of made more money than Thunderbolt, which is not saying much. And third, it was Ariel. Like, how on earth you screw up Ariel? That is the original Pixar film. Fourth, it was Tron Airy, was please remove that movie off the freaking theaters and please release it on Disney Plus. I'm begging you, Disney. And of course, they released Deliver Me from Nowhere, out of nowhere, and they released that movie, and that film was flopping misery. But not as bad as much as Tron Airy, but still. And yeah, sure, you got a couple hits like Lilo and Stitch, 2025, and Brave New World, kind of, and Fantastic Four for stuff, and even Freaky Fridays. But some of the Disney films like Snow White and etc., yeah, it was just filling misery. So you better freaking hope that Zootopia 2 and the new Disney films coming out next year and Frozen 3 and 4 will definitely save the Walt Disney Company. But if it's not, it will be the end of Disney, and I will not be a happy camper. I will be an unhappy camper if this movie fail, actually. But I got some good news. This film is not going to fail. This film was expected to at least earn $125 million because a pre-sales ticket was very high actually. Was very high. Was 5 days domestically for over $125 million actually. So yeah, and that's all I have to say actually. So yeah, I'm hoping that Zootopia 2 will not be an epic fail, but if it is, it would be like Disney Wish of 2025, and I don't want to call this film underrated because you have a bunch of Disney film which is very underrated, and yeah, it was just not enough room. So please don't fill this up. I'm begging you, don't screw this up, Disney, please. So let's get back to the first movie, shall we? So honestly, let's go to the 2025 into a 2016. So let's go all the way back in 9 years ago. What do I think about the first Zootopia that came out 9 years ago? Does this movie age well after 9 years later? Well, you most definitely approve that this movie aged pretty well in this, actually. So this film will always be better than Norman North. Like, there was no other people will say that Norman North is better than Zootopia. I already know it's their opinion, but still, that's not how you do a movie critic, dude. It's like saying that you prefer some bad animated film that has some polar bear twerking instead of watching an animated film that has gorgeous animation, lovable characters, but not in an Empire way. Ugh. And of course, it has some mentions about how the society is and how politics is messing up, actually, and how Judy Hopps was very messed up. I mean, what she said about Nick Wyo as a animal situation. So yeah, this film is way more important. That polar crap. Screw that movie in the anus. That film is a huge donkey butt, and that's all I have to say. So Zootopia. So not just is the top 10 favorite Disney film ever, and not just that this film is on my top 20 or my top 50 best movie of all time, but this film is my second favorite movie of 2016 behind with Deadpool, and Deadpool is my personal favorite movie of 2016. I already know that some people say La La Land is their favorite, but in my opinion, I think Deadpool is my favorite. So yeah, honestly, I already know that people have those different favorites, but as long as not freaking Norman enough, I would not agree with you. I would totally disagree with you because that polar crap movie should not exist in the first place. No opinion bashing, but I was just saying. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Nicole. I'm not trying to be opinion bashing. I was just saying as an opinion, not as a fact. I was saying as opinion. Please don't tell Andro or else I'll be scared. I don't want to mess with him. Anyway, but I'm not treating him like he's a bad person. But I'll get to that later on. Sorry, guys. So yeah. And this film is on my list on the ranking on the best Disney revival age movie I ever seen. Well, even I think Frozen 2 or Wish or better Disney revival age movie more than Zootopia. But Zootopia might be in my top 4 or my top 5 favorite Disney animated film. But I was just saying, But I gotta say this, but this film is way better than Scene movie. And there's some people prefer that Scene movie is better than Zootopia. Well, let me compare it to the Rotten Tomato rating and the box office. So yeah, when you look at the first movie, it got a 98%. And for the audience, it got a 92%. What about the Scene movie? Well, Scene movie... Oh, wait, let me fix this real quick. Ugh, man. Alright, this movie got a 71% for the critic, and this film got a 73% for the audience. And when you look at for the top critic, it got a 98. And when you look at for this one, 74 actually. So yeah, there was. Actually, I haven't heard some people. I haven't heard a lot of people prefer that Scene movie is better than Zootopia. But honestly, I was just saying, because there's some people think Actually, yeah, the main reason why I'm saying that is because some people didn't enjoy Zootopia and they called this film overrated or because it's a Disney movie. Okay, that is a criticism that I cannot handle. Why calling this film overrated all because it's a Disney movie. Oh man, a bunch of Disney show enjoy Zootopia. Oh, shut the frick up. Why people have different opinion what Disney product they really enjoy actually. And I'm hoping that didn't mention will not call me a Disney show or because I defend Disney Wish. Hey, it's my opinion, dude. I can be a Disney fan whenever I want, and there was no need to call me a Disney show. No wonder I undescribed his A. And look at the box office. This film was made $1 billion. So does Scene movie have that? Well, absolutely not. So the movie Scene was a massive box office hit. It was grossing over $634 million worldwide and have a $75 million budget. And how many budget they made for this Zootopia? Let me look at the Wikipedia. Okay. Sorry this review is longer, but hey, just deal with it. Oh yeah, Zootopia spent $150 million. And for box office, this film made $1.025 billion. So I gotta say this, but Zootopia is a huge winning more than the Scene movie. No offense to the Elimination, but Elimination, like I said before, you're never gonna be better. You're never gonna be better than Walt Disney, and you never will. And quit making your studio be as better as Disney. Like, come on, you don't have much kisses scene in your movie. Like, you know what? I'll get to my problem with the Elimination video in next month. But honestly, let's talk about this movie. Do I have any flaws about this movie? Well, I do have some tiny flaws, but I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah. Before I get to flaws, let's get to the positive. So the story and the writing and the screenwriting was absolutely incredible. There was the one Disney film that you can take it seriously. Because this film was based on real life, actually. And this movie is based on what happened in 2016. Come on, you got a bunch of politics, you got a bunch of people fighting for justice, and you see Shakira characters. I ain't gonna say her character name in this movie. I'm gonna call her Shakira. So Shakira characters was really upset that Zootopia has become a chaos, and that's what happened in the society. Like, come on, you got people having problem with politics, having problem with taxes, and all that kind of stuff. But I heard some people say that at the end of 2025, that our president of the United States might take away or maybe our freedom, or maybe our tax, or even maybe some tax actually. Yeah, even I don't get involved with politics, but that's one thing you cannot ignore. Like, people deserve that, because if they don't pay taxes, they're gonna be in jail. Like, they're gonna be in jail, dude. What the frick is wrong with you? No wonder I can't find a job, because you got these presidents of the United States trying to make us people to stay in their family's house, right? No wonder I can't find my own apartment, and no wonder I'm staying in my family house, because you cannot find a freaking job, man. Honestly, I might do a video maybe next month why I can't get a job, but that will be in my different channel. Like, I'm talking about some real life stuff, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be in 2025 or even worse, 2026, so yeah. Sorry guys, so this film has some fantastic matches, and honestly, I gotta say this, but Disney, they will not let us down with this beautiful matches, right? This match is about Judy Hopps was saying that Nick Wire and all the animal, which is tiger and the fox, was literally a predators. And Nick Wire did not like that at all. And his backstory was absolutely interesting, but it's sad at the same time. And it can show that you feel bad for these characters, and it can show that these characters sometimes are predators. But not Predator movie from 20th Century Studio. No, I'm talking about predators when they being angry and trying to bite people. Yeah, that's literally Predator in a nutshell. Not the other Predator by grabbing the kid that you do. You know what? Let's continue. Anyway, and the characters in this movie are absolutely incredible. My favorite character in this movie, I thought Judy Hopps was my favorite characters, but my favorite character in this movie, and I do agree with Evan, which is another Nick Wire. Nick Wire, he's a fantastic character, and he is such a hilarious character. And this has got to be one of my favorite performers by Jason Bateman. And if you don't know what that actor is, this is the same actor that he was in Horrible Boss. I haven't seen Horrible Boss, but I heard the sequel is even better than the first one. And of course, what else? He was in that State Farm commercial that he dressed up as Batman, which, I don't want to see him as Batman in the DCU. That would be weird for James Gunn new universe. So let's not see him as Nick Wire actor to be as Batman. Heck no. Anyway, so yeah. Nick Wire and Judy Hopps are both tied as my favorite character in this movie. And Judy Hopps, she's a cute little bunny rabbit, but not in the Annapollo way, because I finally realized that she's a freaking animal. I swear to God right now, if I hear any people saying that it's okay that you can fall in love with the animal, no, it is not. Falling in love with the animal, that's not very good. And if I tell if I tell Party President or Paul with the Stick or MS57 or even Bluey Fan or even Andro and Nicole or Jack 21 Storm or other people, they would be grossed out, and they're absolutely going to call me out. So no, Legion Gaming, it is not okay to fall in love with the animal character just because the animal voiced by an adult. That doesn't mean that the fact that you have to fall in love with them. Like, come on, at the end of the night, they are animals. So instead of saying inappropriate stuff to Judy Hopps, I don't understand why I used to fall in love with her. Why screw your first one studio that you made fall in love with her? Ew. Okay, I better talk. I talk too much. I don't give a sitch. Anyway, and the animation in this movie is the best animation of 2016. No animated movie will be as better as much as Zootopia. In your show, you got Kung Fu Panda 3, you got Finding Dory, you got Kubo and the Two String, you got Moana. But Zootopia is the only movie I prefer more than the other animated film that came out 9 years ago. But some of the characters in this movie are absolutely incredible. Like Shakira, I did not know that Shakira was in it, because when when she danced at the end of the movie of the end credit, and she was shaking her hip. Man, it can show that sometimes Disney movie cannot be kid friendly. And if I hear any people say that Disney is for kids, absolutely not, because Disney itself is made for everyone for all ages, right? Come on, you got some Disney film that has some dark tone, like Frozen 2, maybe Disney Wish of the end of the climate where Kingdom Mexico taking over Rostas. Yeah, man, that is very dark, you ask me. But that's the way you're seeing is way more darker than the actual movie. So, yeah. And so yeah, and actually yeah, when you saw the scene when Shakira was shaking her hip, and you see and you see a camera was showing her butt. Oh my god, man! Yup, it can show that sometimes Disney movies are not kid friendly, and it can show that some Disney female character can be very inappropriate for children actually. But honestly, that's what Disney is, because Disney always make their female characters very attractive. Well, except the animal, because I don't want to talk about that. And of course, you got the lion voiced by legendary himself, J.K. Simmons. I did not even know that J.K. Simmons was in this movie. I thought it was going to be the other actor, but this is a true movie that J.K. Simmons was in. He was in Kung Fu Panda 3. Oh wait, didn't I say Kung Fu Panda 4 on my? At the middle, I was talking about some 2016 movies. Just let me know, because I totally misunderstood saying that Kung Fu Panda 3, not Kung Fu Panda 4, because Kung Fu Panda 3 came way before Kung Fu Panda 4. I was just saying. But anyway, back I was saying. Honestly, 2016 was a year for J.K. Simmons. Why, come on, he was in Kung Fu Panda 3, and he was in Zootopia. Well, here's the difference. Kung Fu Panda 3, he was voicing as a main villain, but in Zootopia, he was voicing a lion. Like, not just forgot Mufasa lion. Shoot. If I talk about that movie from last year one more freaking time, I am going to slap myself in the face. Slap myself in the face, I'm about to say it. But anyway, back I was saying, instead of interruptions of myself. So not just we got Mufasa from the original Lion King that came out 31 years ago, but now we got another lion, which is very awesome, and he voiced by the same actor that he was in the Spider-Man movie as a news reporter. Breaking news, Spider-Man had been taking over New York City, which I seriously doubt he might say that, but I was just giving you the expression. And of course, you got the Chief, voiced by the legendary Edgerosa. Yup, that's the same actor that he was in the Sonic movie as Knuckle, and last not least, he was in the Suicide Squad movie as Bloodsport. It's even better than Bloodshot, you ask me. But anyway, the Chief, I only know that he was really unlikable to Judy Hopps. But hey, at the same time, that's his character is. And at least he's still happy at the end of the movie. Doing to Judy and Nick, or both, duos. And I won't mind seeing them as a couple, actually. Yeah, I need to stop watching some rant video about people complaining about Judy and Nick fall in love. Like, there was no problem of two animals fall in love. Like, you guys didn't complain about Mr. Wolf or Deanna Fox's son fall in love. So why on earth that you guys complain about Judy and Nick fall in love for the sequel? Hypocrite much. But anyway, here's some of the character there's some character which I do enjoy. So let's talk about more, shall we? So you have a reference of The Godfather, when you saw a guinea pig or mouse or something like that, which I really think it was a mouse. So I think the character based on The Godfather, man, not just you have Shakira shaking her hip at the end of the movie when she's saying I try everything. I'll get to that song in a minute, which I love it. But until then, you got a reference of The Godfather when you see a character acting like the main characters. No, not Michael. I'm talking about the other character that he liked to sit, have a mustache, and said, welcome to The Godfather. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, that is really awesome that Disney can do a reference of The Godfather without having Paramount to get sued Disney over that, because The Godfather is a Paramount IP, But when Disney done it, Disney did a lot better, just like what Paramount did. Honestly, I'm not saying that this film is way better than The Godfather, because The Godfather is one of the greatest movie ever made, what people said. But my personal opinion, I think Frozen 2 and even Thunderbolt is 100 times better than The Godfather. But hey, don't worry, The Godfather is still my 11 and my 12 favorite movie of all time. So I was just saying, So yeah. So yeah, The Godfather is a fantastic movie, and I'm so glad this film ever went for stuff The Godfather. So Disney, great job for not getting sued by Paramount, because you already know how Paramount is, because Paramount is such a whiny baby sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, at the same time, there's some character which I do enjoy. Why Judy Hopps parent, especially her father. Man, her father is really hilarious. You don't have to talk too much, and yeah, that's what it is. But here's one of the characters which I used to like, but not anymore. Which is none other than Bellwether. Let's get to the flaws. Oh my god, man. Honestly, at first, Bellwether was a very likable character to Judy Hopps. I wish I could give her like a thumbs up and give her very underrated. But not until I rewatched this movie on a couple of days ago, and when I rewatched the twist villain in this movie, this is just as bad as much as Hans the Twist villain. Yes, it's official. Sorry, Starboy. I absolutely hated the twist villain of Bellwether. Oh my god, man. The twist villain of Bellwether. This is when people just really want to say that Sing movie is better than Zootopia. And at the same time, there was no reason to saying that. Just because you have the twist villain in the movie, that doesn't mean that's the fact that you're going to say the Sing movie is better than Zootopia. I gotta say this, screw Bellwether in the anus, because Bellwether is the second worst twist villain I have seen for Disney Revival Age, but it's not as bad as much as Hans the Twist villain. Like, honestly, at least you don't see Bellwether was locking Judy Hopps in the museum in the cold, just like what Hans did to Anna, which that is absolutely female abuse, and that is really stupid, you ask me. That's the type of stuff that you found it from the movie from Dark Web, when you saw Anna was freezing cold, and that's the same scene that you found it in I Spit Your Grave movie. I ain't watching that because I heard that film is so darn controversial. Ugh. But honestly, Bellwether is the worst character from a good movie. This film is fantastic. Do I get a 10 out of 10? But at the same time, I absolutely hated Bellwether in this movie. I just found her very annoying. I found her very generic. No wonder the Lion didn't care about Bellwether. I might do the same way what the Lion did. So good job, Lion. Good job for not killing Bellwether. So thank God for that. But that twist villain just really turned me off about her. And yeah, Bellwether, screw you. Anyway, so yeah, in the climax in this movie, even the twist villain kind of bothered me, and I'm very sorry, Starboy. I absolutely hate the twist villain. But if you like it, be you. But for me, not so much. But anyway, so the climax in this movie was very dark for a Disney movie. Like every climax for a Disney movie, always dark, man. This is why this film is made for a general audience, man. Not freaking kids. Like, there was no adult babies gonna watch this movie, because some baby will get creeped out over Nick Wire backstory. So yeah, and quit being stupid, people, by saying this film is for baby. No, the heck it's not. This film is rated PG, for featuring politics and featuring some Predator wood. Right, that Predator wood is very bad, and I honestly don't want that in the Disney movie, but hey, it's what it is. And the Swath, man, oh man, the Swath is very fantastic and a very hilarious characters. Yeah, he might be my top 5 favorite character in this movie, but I think Judy and Nick and even the Chief or even Shakira are much better character than the Swath, actually. Well, even some people think the Swath is very annoying and kind of overrated, but hey, it's the opinion. And you can't forget that this movie featuring Anna's actress, her name is Kristen Bell. How on earth that Kristen Bell was in this movie? Like, there was no other Frozen character in this movie. So what character does she voice, huh? Well, she was voicing that female Swath, and yeah, she was really hilarious. Even better, just like the original Swath. Say, ha, yeah. Man, that Swath character is such a hilarious character, and cannot wait to see him back in the sequel. And of course, the ending in this movie when Judy and Nick become a police officers again, and the chief was originally going to give them a ticket thing, like grabbing your ticket and put them in the car. But the chief saying, "Oh, I was just kidding." But honestly, thankfully, the chief give Nick and Nick and Judy a real mission instead of doing freaking ticket. Like, I'm not doing that ticket. Miss me on that. I would have hit my butt more than more than doing that ticket any day. Guys, I was saying that expression. I'm not being stupid. And not just Christian Bale was in this movie, even the actor that he was in Disney Wish and even Big Hero 6 and some of the Disney film like Wreck-It Ralph like King Candy, he was voicing Duke in this movie. No, not Duke from Frozen movie. Who you think you're fooling? No, I ain't talking about that old man. No, I'm talking about Duke in this movie, what is the same scene that he was selling some fake Disney DVD. Please don't tell me that's a reference to a pirate movie guy that he was selling some fake movies, and no wonder I got a fake DVD of the Buffett. Thankfully, he's a main villain, and I hope to God that he will do something before he get into a death from a portal from Carsville movie. So, I think Duke is kind of remind me of the one pirate guy, so yeah. Honestly, guys, so stay tuned for my Instagram post when I compare it to Duke into the pirate guy, because that pirate guy, no wonder I got a fake DVD of the Muppet. No wonder I got the new Muppet DVD instead of that bootleg. Yeah, screw you, pirate guy. The same way they give me a fake DVD of Cars 2, which is stupid. Well, I do like that movie, but hey, it's what it is, But anyway, overall, I really enjoy Zootopia. I already know that this review was very long and very boring and very talk. But hey, it's a lot better than doing it as a short review, because as long I'm not like Alex by shorting your videos and making that video lazy and making your thumbnail lazy, as long I'm not being like them. So people, please don't complain about my runtime, and please don't be like Just the Gray by complaining about my opinion and complaining about my video quality. My video quality will always be better than some bad YouTuber has some bad quality. Yeah, and that is literally a fact. So not just Zootopia is on my list on my favorite Disney film ever. So not just this film is my second favorite movie of 2016 behind with Deadpool, but this film might be on my top 5 or my top 6 behind with Wreck-It Ralph as my favorite Disney Revival Age movie. And yeah, sure, even I prefer Frozen 2 and Wish and even Wreck-It Ralph or even Big Hero 6 as a much better Disney Revival Age. But this film will always be better than Strange World. And I gotta say, Strange World is suck as the anus, and that film is so bad. It's so bad, it's not even that funny. But if you want me to do a rant on Strange World, I would definitely do it, but I would try my best. But maybe I could do it tomorrow after I get done talking about the new The Avengers, which that review will be coming out tomorrow morning. So anyway, guys, so I'm gonna give this peak Zootopia movie a 10 out of 10. This is an epic, brilliant masterpiece, and this film is well-deserved a wish upon of Nick awesomeness. But Bellwether, she deserves a thumbs down, because she is suck as a twist villain, and she is just as bad as much as Hans the twist villain from Frozen movie. So, who excited for the sequel that you're very excited since the dawn of time, which is Zootopia 2? I'm pretty sure I am. Let's freaking go. I ain't gonna say the F-bomb because who cares watching my channel? And yeah, that's what they should know. Anyway, fellas, so that was my 20 or 30 minute review of Zootopia. So tell me about your opinion on this amazing peak movie on the comment section below. So do you think it's a good movie, or do you think some people think this film is very overrated, or because it was a Disney movie, it was easily a politic movie? And if I hear any people say that Zootopia 2 is a woke movie, it can show that they did not understand what they say in the first movie. Like, the first movie had politics, and the sequel had politics. And when you call that film woke, that's such a hypocritical, man. You said you like the politic messages in Zootopia movie, But when the sequel done it, you just didn't like it. Like, it showed that this society is such a hypocritical, man. And that is why I made this video 30-minute or 40-minute, because I got a lot to say about this movie, and I got a lot to say about featuring politics in this movie. So, yeah. So, stay tuned for my movie review of the new The Avengers, and stay tuned for my movie rant on Strange World. But maybe I can have Starboard to join, but I seriously doubt that, or else I'm going to make it as a live stream. So, stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, so, yeah. Zootopia, thumbs up, and Norman North, thumbs down, because that film sucks as an anus. But if you want me to stop saying anus, I will definitely won't say that, but that's such a hypocritical, because you have a ice cream store named Anus. So, that's what I thought. Anyway, guys, so if you enjoyed this Disney magic, and if you want to see more of this politic movie like Zootopia, please, I recommend you, gentlemen, you hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share the video to all the Disney fans at all ages. But if you don't enjoy the video, you can go ahead and watch the worst movie of 2016, which is another Norman North. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, but still. Anyway, guys, so this is NH Studio Lounge signing off, and have a great magical world of Disney, and have a great Wish Upon the Stars, and stay tuned for more announcements for NHCon after my anniversary and birthday. Anniversary and birthday post. So stay tuned for my movie review on tomorrow afternoon, which is another than one of my favorite films of the year, which is another than Thunderbolt, aka New The Avengers, to avoid copyright, just like Red Guardian said. And this is it. Now, good night.
Like a bolt out of the blue.
Fate steps in and sees you through.
When you